Welcome back to the channel. Stephen Howson. 5 things that we learned watching Manchester United basically get pumped by Liverpool. In number 1, worlds apart, absolutely worlds apart, and it was easy for them. Liverpool have played some sensational football this year, really good football. The game against Manchester City in the league was a genuine 2 teams going for it, quite direct, very high quality football match. That wasn't what we saw last night. They didn't need to do that to us last night. They just existed and were better than us. They put in almost zero effort. Sky at half-time tried to ham it up and say, oh, look at this sensation. It's up, back and throughs, one-touch football. My lads do it. It's not groundbreaking shit. It's just football. And it's just actually finding the guy in the same colour shirt as you. And he could keep the ball like that for 2-3 minutes at a time. And it was easy for him. And United had given him back in 3 to 5 passes. It was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. We are 22 points apart, and it's going to get wider, by the way. It's 9-0 on aggregate in the league this year, and it's the biggest disparity that we've ever seen from any opponent against United in Premier League history. The gap is widening, if anything. Number 2, gutless, spineless, feeble, any other adjectives that you'd like to throw in there that represent weakness. I can't think of any. I only got an E in English. We were beaten before the whistle, and this is the thing. No United fans are even that angry about it. We just kind of knew it'd happen. Roy Keane, just sad. Was Pogba injured, or was he just calling it a day after 5 minutes when he realised he was going to get absolutely pumped? I hardly don't even blame him if he did, to be honest. Players are playing with one foot out the door, one eye on their social media, one eye on their next move, one eye on how do I damage limitation this for myself. We look scared shitless. We absolutely shied away from them. We played at half the speed of them. Genuinely, a League One team would have put up far more of a fight. They would have had a bit of fucking pride about themselves, and they'd have actually slung into someone. It took Hannibal Mabry, and we'll talk about him in a sec, but it took Hannibal Mabry to the 87th minute to launch someone. Players are bitching out of challenges, pulling out of challenges. Maguire's fucking absolute train wreck. I could do a whole video on Maguire. In fact, if you'd like me to do a Let's Talk About Maguire video, comment that below, we might do it. 3, statistical nightmare. The least XG generated in this season in a game. It was the least amount of possession this season. It was the least amount of touches in the opposition box. It's the most goals conceded in Premier League history at this stage. It's the least amount of points gained by United in the Premier League history at this stage. The list goes on. I'm just going to stop it there because I got sad reading it. It's a shit show. Nobody at the club needs to survive here on reputation. Every single person needs to justify their existence, as far as I'm concerned. Number 4, Ten Hag might be doomed. And I'm an optimistic guy. I like a laugh, and I like to look on the positive side of things. United are making that hard work at the moment. And, I don't know if United are a harder job than Derby at the moment. There is no instant fix for this. There is no instant fix. The list of players who need launching is growing by the day. It might be up to 15 at the moment. And it might get worse before it gets better, because sometimes when you start trying to throw in a load of technical information and you're trying to make them work harder, performance might dip. I don't think you can judge Ralph or Eric in his first season. I don't think that's fair. I'm worried for how next season's going to go, to be honest, and it might get toxic as fuck. And it might just require a load of patience. And, ultimately, back the guy, believe in what he's doing, especially if we see the front office sort of change around, and we see some positivity from Richard Arnold. You might be able to go, okay, things are moving in the right direction here, at least, properly. But it still might blow. And number 5, just fucking play the youngsters. 87th minute, Hannibal Mabry is the only one who looks like gives a fuck. Top 4 is done and dusted. It's just, we don't deserve it. How can you look at this club and think that we're going to win probably 4 games? We're not going to win 4 games. Not a prayer we're going to win 4 games. Just start throwing the youngsters in. Let's start sorting them out. Which of you lot? Here's the gauntlet to throw down. Hannibal, Garnacho, Charlie McNeil. Which of you lot fancies having a big fat contract in a Lamborghini next season? Because that's what you get for being part of Manchester United first team, like it or not. You've got 4, 5, 6 games to go and show us why you should be a first team player next season. You've got a manager that's going to come in. He's going to play the youth. These lot are all wankers. Take their place. Take their shit. Go on. Take their shit, look them in the eye and tell them, I'm going to take your shit. It's my spot. That's my shirt. Give me that shirt. It's not yours no more. It's mine. Because not one of these fucking players can just tell you to sit down. Not one of them. You'll get more passion. You get more exuberance. You get a bunch of players that we actually want to see put a bit of fucking fight in. That we might actually want to get behind as a fan base. Because this lot have just took the piss out of us, haven't they? Nilled twice by Liverpool. No, not 1 point did that feel like a United-Liverpool derby. These are edgy 1-0, 0-0 fucking tight little affairs. Doesn't matter if we were the best team in Europe at the time. And they were playing all sorts of muppets. That was a big game, always. While we was gashing the 80s, we'd always beat them. We'd always turn up for that game. Fucking spineless cowards don't know what it fucking means to play for this club. Absolutely pathetic. Bring on next season. Fucking done with this shit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.